Good evening. How is everyone? Sorry, it's a bit dark in here tonight. It's 4:30 in the afternoon in Adelaide, and it's kind of dark. We've had storms for the last couple of days. I'm going to tell you a bit of a story with the tarot cards today. All right. I hope you enjoy it. I hope it resonates with one of you. Oh, sorry. So I'm going to use a couple of decks of cards this afternoon. Right? I've shuffled them, but I'll shuffle them again, split them. Going into solitude, right? Learning all there is to know about the truth. Okay, so we'll go 1, 2, 3. Take these, right? So this is the beginning of the story. This is what leads to the middle of our story, right? This is the middle. This is what leads to the end. And this is the end, right? And on the bottom of the deck is the Tower. Followed by discontentment. Okay. So the new moon was pretty harsh. The karmic intentions, the karmic release, it was full on, and you couldn't do anything else but surrender to it, right? And regret. You had to surrender it. Just leave it be. Try and deal with it and move past it. Because unfortunately regret can hold you back from going forward, right? And regardless of whether you stumble and fall or whether things were put in your way, you still tried to jump over them until you couldn't jump over them anymore, right? And this is where the wheel steps in, right? On the bottom of the deck, it's defending your beliefs, which maybe has caused the disruption and the boredom and the discontentment that's led you to the surrender of regret, right? Stand your ground and choose your battles, right? This is don't give up. Protect what you've created. Have courage and believe in yourself. This might be a lesson that somebody has learned. Never to give up. Choose your battles wisely. Maybe some of us are arguing with other people. We're not seeing eye to eye quite well. quite enough right now. Right? Does that make sense? Okay. We might go this way. This is unity consciousness. This came out earlier, right? This is the Nine of Swords in the normal tarot. This is what's keeping us up at night. The desire to try and contain some of the emotion, to try and contain some of the upheaval that's happened. You need to go within, you need to look at yourself, unfortunately, right? And the bottom card after that is emotion, and then it's a choice, right? But this is unity consciousness, especially coming out with the desire card. This is people are starting to tap into us now, starting to feel a little different. I know the next range of people that are going to come through, or the next lot of people that are awakening, are men. And they're going to become empaths. They are. And being a bloke, this is going to be a bit harder, because women have emotions, women deal with emotions. But for a bloke, this is a bit harder, because you guys don't deal with emotions very well. You just push them down and push them away and don't deal with them. And unfortunately, this roller coaster is going to start, and you guys are going to find out exactly what us chickies go through, right? All right, so the beginning is we're suffering in silence, right? Maybe some of us are feeling guilty. Suffering in silence. Not being able to talk to anybody else right now. Not being able to communicate with anybody on how we're feeling. Because maybe things might not have, the emotions and stuff might not be stereotyped, if that makes any sense. The moon has come out, which means that this all started on the 4th, right? The moon sheds light on things that are in the dark. The moon reveals secrets. There are things happening behind the scenes that some of us really don't understand, which is our souls working to wake us up, right? And this is the Queen of Fire. She's intelligent, she's articulate. These might be qualities that you are finding in yourself. She's transforming. She's taking what she has so far and manifesting, creating something beautiful and nurturing that, right? Away from silence, away from guilt. Finding out what has made her feel guilty, what she is feeling guilty about. Sorry for stereotyping, or genderizing, but that no longer assists us anymore. Okay, this all started with the moon, the karmic moon. All right. Some of us got insights. Some of us started to wake up and now start to feel different. A synchronicity is the first card was 9, and the second, or the third card was 18. So we couldn't work out really why the things were spiraling out of control. Were things going to happen? Were we going to come? Were our dreams and seeds going to come to fruition? These things only come to fruition if you've asked for them in purity, right? Because if your intentions aren't pure and you have been bad and then you want something good, it's kind of, you have to atone for what you were bad for. Does that make sense? All right. What leads us to the middle? Okay. Feel like we're going down a dark staircase. Okay. Blaming people. Accepting too much blame. Taking authority from the emperor to put it into logic. And here are our thoughts. Right? Here is our intuition. Okay? We need to follow our intuition, which brings us to the middle. Okay? Regardless of whether we feel regret or you blame yourself for following your intuition. These things happen for a reason. Okay? We have 5 and then 4. So we're going slightly backwards because there is blame involved. And accepting and taking responsibility for what has sent us into conflict with ourselves. Taking the authority to have a look at what has been created, what webs have been spun. See spiders, see the spider at the bottom there, right? She creates her webs. She's connecting to spirit. She's using her crystals, right? She's using her intuition, connecting with other people, connecting to spirit, her divine webs. But spiders can come out of the woodwork when things don't go exactly right. Okay? Beware of them. Because even though they might seem familiar, they're not. And you need to take authority for why these things are happening at the moment. Right? To come out of blame, take the authority and follow the intuition. Follow your gut feeling. Follow it through to the middle, which brings us to viewing both sides, right? This is the shadow. In this deck, it's my twin flame card, but this is facing the shadow, right? This is facing your shadow self. This is going into the dark night of the soul and seeing the darkness, because this is like a paradox card, right? So you've got the light and the dark of a situation. Once you have done this, we have 2 18s, by the way. Once you have done this, peace begins. Peace is brought. Peace is brought to mind. Peace is brought to emotion. Peace is brought to body. Peace is brought to the energy that you're feeling that you can't explain. And the 7 of earth, which is seeds planted. Right? So the things that the person manifested at the beginning, or that we manifested in the moon, have now taken sprout. Right? And it's funny that it's in the middle. because this is us nurturing our seeds that we've planted. But if they haven't been planted with pure intentions, and you've done something wrong in the past that you haven't atoned for, then these seeds aren't going to come out. They're just going to come out as karma. Okay? And there's going to be discontentment. Alright? There's temporary delays right now. Okay? Because the seeds that have been planted need time to be nurtured, need time to grow. And then the hero appears. Right? The hero talks about being your own champion. The hero talks about taking control. The hero talks about being the protector. The hero is the protector to the king and the queen, right? And we have the queen here. Same suit, right? This is fast-moving action. This is taking action, doing something about it, not just procrastinating, not just sitting back and letting it fall in our lap. Okay? This might not resonate now. It may come into the future. All right? But what does resonate with you, take. What doesn't, leave behind. But taking control of your shadow self is the way to find inner peace, right? Facing the things that don't want to be faced, or facing the things that you can't face. I know that sounds like a bit of an odd thing, but you know, there are some things that you really just don't want to face because they hurt too much, that have happened in your life. And they just hurt too much, really. Or you feel guilty or regretful, or you blame somebody else for them. Right? And this is what's got us to the middle, because eventually you're going to have to stand up and you're going to have to see both sides of the coin. Because if you don't, then you're not going to find peace. You're not going to find compassion. You're not going to find the hero in you. Right? You must be the hero of your own story, because nobody else can make you happy until you are. You can't be happy until you have mastered your own. And this talks about mastering yourself. This talks about being the hero of your own discontentment, your own intuition, your own manifestations, leaving regret and everything behind. The tower was at the bottom of one of them. See? Disruption, right? This is the tower in the normal tarot. This is feeling discombobulated. This is feeling unhinged a bit, all right? The tower needs to fall for you to face the darker side of you, right? And our story, see, this is what leads to the end. Now this is wish fulfillment. Now he's standing on a peach between Niagara Falls, right? I think this is kind of cool, because it means that this is your mind expanding. This is you letting the waterfalls represent your emotion flowing and washing away all the debris that was caught in it. This is you. See, he has, where is it? There it is. He has a little chest and he's waiting. This is his wish fulfillment, right? To find balance. Now, if you look at that, he is balancing on a peach, right? Well, that's what it looks like to me. Or he's balancing on a leaf. Might not be a peach, it just might be the middle of a waterfall. Doesn't really matter, right? He's balancing on a leaf. He's defying gravity. He's doing things metaphysically, which is clearing emotion, which is doing some soul searching. And this will bring balance, right? He's balancing on that leaf. People will be awakening. People will hear the announcement from their soul. Okay? Even though it's hard and even though it's tough, you've got to look at it from a different perspective, right? Because the things that are happening to you at the moment are making you face your own fears and your own doubt and your own abandonment issues, etc., right? And I'm not trying to say this to be mean, because I've been through this. And we have another card about planting seeds. So we are awakening. We are awakening to the fact that we can manifest we can manifest things, because this is the third manifesting card that has come out so far, right? It doesn't matter if somebody else does not agree with you. Right? I have, in the end, right, we have the Three of Cups, worry, the Three of Cups, and the Four of Cups, right? We're putting so much worry in to try to work out what makes us happy, right? Or what emotion fills our cup, or who, and it's being duplicated. So this worry in the middle is for naught, right? Because this means a celebration. This means a celebration. Okay? It's whatever fills your cup. It's whatever makes you feel balanced. This is a 3 and a 3, right? This is balance. This is finally balancing the material side with our emotional side, which gives us warrant for celebration, because we have become the hero of our own story. We have come through, right? The things that need to be let go are maybe worrying about whose cup does fill who, right? What emotions fills their cup when we should be worried about what emotions fill mine. Not me personally, but you know what I mean. And this talks about the road not being very pretty. This talks about jealousy. This talks about releasing stuff. This talks about facing yourself and seeing what's really there. Okay? And some of us might find it's not very pretty. Some of us might find that it just a bit too hard, or you're worried to face yourself because it's too emotional, right? But your soul has already started to plant seeds. There are 2 9s, there are 2 18s, there are 3 3s, right? Your soul has already started, and it's already started to waken up. It's already started, and it's not pretty. It's making you face yourself. right? It's making you see the non-pretty side of the light. The darkness isn't always beautiful. The darkness isn't always pretty. The darkness hurts sometimes. But then when the light shines on it, oh my God, your heart just wants to pound out of your chest, and you just want to take back the last few seconds. Do you know what I mean? Right? But you know what? At least you did it. At least you became your own hero. Makes you a better person. Seeing things from somebody else's point of view, a different perspective, a new angle, right? Is always better than not seeing it at all, right? So we'll see what the also cards have to say. What do you reckon? Oops. Silence. Don't be silent. Okay. Position 1 talks about the source. Talks about traveling forward and out of the clouds into the sunshine, right? Talks about totally trusting and changing what needs to be changed. Okay? Trusting that source can hold you. Okay? And the last card is rebirth. So this is talking about manifesting something new. Okay? Rebirthing something new. Coming back as a different person, showing a different side, right? I have 4 for number 2, please. 1. Takes us to the middle. 2. 3. 4. Right? What takes us to the middle is feeling like an outsider, which is center conflict, right? Understanding that blaming yourself is easier than accepting. Okay? Making sure that you're taking the authority to fill your jigsaw, to fill up your jigsaw puzzles, right? And your intuition will mature. Your intuition will grow. Your spiritual side will get stronger. May I have 4 for the middle, please? 1. Oh, look. 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, right? So to face the shadow, look, there's your synchronicity, right? Your shadow self comparison. You're very similar, right? You must face it. This compromise that needs to be dealt. Compromise needs to... You need to make a compromise with yourself to move forward, right? How far are you going to beat yourself up before peace comes in? Okay? With peace, we have inner voice. With planting seeds, we have sharing. So this is sharing your knowledge, sharing your gifts, sharing what you know, helping others maybe that are going through the same, that are feeling the same process, right? And the heroes come in because you can see, this says postponement, and it's only postponed if you don't want to do the rest of the work. But for you to stand up as the hero, look outside the box, see it through a different set of eyes, right? Look outside the square and see the huge picture instead of just half of it. May I have 4 for what leads us to the end, please? I'll just do the last one. And what leads us to the end, final outcome, please? Four, please. 1, 2, 2 more, please. Exactly 2, right? The bottom of the deck is fighting. The next card under that is with yourself. Healing. And look, a dirty word, patience. Okay? It all happens in cycles. Alright? Everything happens for a reason, guys. Whether we're happy with this reason or not. Right? For wish fulfillment, we have celebration. Okay, because this is what we wanted. For balance, we have aloneness. Right? Because you can't awaken with somebody else, unfortunately. Although people on the planet will awaken all at the same time. We need to look beyond the illusion and work out that balance brings us, even though you might, I'll put it to you another way. Even though you might feel alone in the way you're going through, what you're going through at the moment and the way you feel, you're not, okay? Everybody is changing. Whether it be a good thing or a bad thing, everybody is changing, okay? You have to look beyond the illusion and know that you're not alone. You're not by yourself, all right? Some of the emotions that you'll go through, you might not want another person to view that, all right? Because they're pretty raw and they're pretty full on. But you have to have courage to plant those seeds. You have to have courage to let that grow, to have passion to let it grow, to have struggles and accept those struggles. Because look, this flower would be struggling. It's growing in the middle of rocks, right? It grows in the middle of the rocks. It has courage to bloom. It has courage to grow because it has strength. It might be a weed, doesn't really matter. It still has strength, okay? This is strengthening the seeds as we've planted the whole story, okay? Please just have courage and have inner strength, and know that your strength is there, right? So for celebration, it's a change. Happiness is a change. The wheel is changing for the better, right? This is the universe telling us there are things that you need to see. And for those of us that are awakening, you will see them. You will be learning lessons right now. And the harder you fight it, the harder the lessons will slap you. Sorry to be blunt. But you're trying to control the worry. And it's actually spiraling the different direction, right? Because maybe some of us do have control issues that need to be let go of, right? Innocence, which is trying to find happiness, looking at a different perspective, right? Looking for a new celebration, starting again. Innocence is starting again, right? And the reason we're being made to view ourselves is because of our past lives. Some of us are fulfilling karma from our past lives that we've brought into this one. Some of us just didn't learn. And the lessons that we've been given this lifetime, we're still not learning from. So this is why things have been ramped up. I'm not saying any of this stuff to be mean to you. I'm really, really not. It's horrible what you guys are going through at the moment. Okay? I went through it. But know that you're not by yourself. But this is happening for a reason. Okay? And do you know what? Here's just something a little special. Okay? If you are going through this, and you are doing this, and you're feeling all these things, and you're going through this process, you're more talented than what you believe you are. Right? You have gifts to share with the world. You have things to show people. Okay? You are unique. Everybody is unique. Never believe that you're ever too much for somebody else. Right? That's just a big karma slap for me. But anyway, lesson learned. I hope you guys enjoyed this storytelling reading. I'll post it up a bit later. Sorry that the camera's a bit shit, but it's dark and it's late. And yeah. Alright guys, love and light to you, and I hope to see you soon.